also have a very popular president who's really made a lot of changes to make the country more safe.
Right. He is a president who has a wonderful style, and I think there's his secret to his popularity. He's been now president for 5.5 years. It's never been below 70%. Last week the polls showed it was 75%. And it is because he keeps in contact with Colombians. Every Saturday he has what we call regional meetings or regional town meetings. He goes to a town, to the smallest town or the biggest town all over the country with all his cabinet. And they review the main programs: health, education, housing, etc. These are 10 and 12-hour meetings. But it brings transparency to government. It brings accountability to government. There it's easy to see how the national government is doing, but also how the local government is doing, because we transfer a lot of money to the local governments and they have to also carry out a lot of programs. So this is a possibility for people to get involved and know what's going on with their government, which is fundamental. Secondly, he's a very good communicator. He is constantly telling people what is going on, and if there's any problem, he's the first to get there. If it's a security problem, he's the first to meet with all the generals and the colonels to find out what it is that went wrong and how can we better the situation, or how can we get back those with the group of people who might have been kidnapped or might have faced a problem. And so he has a slogan that everybody believes 100%, which is work, work, work. He said at the beginning, I don't have enough time, so I have to work almost 24 hours a day. And he doesn't work 24, but I would say he works about 18.
Pretty darn close.
Yes.
and I know he's doing everything he can to see these 3 Americans who were kidnapped
absolutely.
released.
Absolutely. This is of great concern to him and to all Colombians. We have, the 3 Americans. There's also a French Colombian, but we also have soldiers who've been kidnapped for 10 years and officials, and this is of great concern, and this is why the president has made every single effort to see how the FARC, they're in the hands of the FARC, will release them. And so he's allowed presidents to come in, our ex-presidents to come in, or ex-peace commissioners to come in. At this moment, Spain, Switzerland, and France have a working group trying to meet with the FARC to come up with solutions. The president even the senator asked Chavez to join, and the president said, well, if this is going to make the difference, he thought that he was willing to have President Chavez also try and help. So this is something of great concern. He would really like to see a possibility. He has released FARC guerrillas from the prisons as a way of showing that he has all the will. And so he released 50 a year ago, but we haven't been able to get the FARC to accept it, and he will continue, and we will all be committed, and our heart goes out to all these families.
A lot of people here in the U.S., average Americans, just don't understand the way things work in Latin America, and we're all reading these headlines about Uribe and Hugo Chavez being at odds because I guess Chavez was asked to get his hands out of the whole hostage situation. Can you kind of explain to us why things are the way they are and how things work? Because I think people are confused.
Well, I think at this moment in Latin America, we're seeing different models of government sort of developing. And some presidents and some countries are moving much more to more government, state-controlled governments. And also to more state-controlled economies, while countries such as Colombia or Chile or Mexico or most of Central America believe in maintaining democracy with separate strong sectors of the executive, the legislative, the justice. We believe in freedoms and in giving our civil society the possibility to express the way they feel, to be able to participate actively, and we think that's very important. We believe in a free economy, we believe in the private sector, in enterprise, and so we're starting to see 2 models developing right now, and that's leading to tensions. President Uribe has always sought to try and overcome these differences and try and work with our neighboring countries, because he believes that it's important that we concentrate on good governance. If we decide to have different models, well, that is a choice that each country can make. But he believes that it's important to have good governance and clear governance. And this is why his model has been to try and work with all of our neighbors, with all of Latin America, in trying to work out programs and projects which go in both of our benefits. And I know he will continue to do this.